Afternoon. Welcome to a sunny afternoon in Cornwall. We're not far from the sea. Tractors are going mental, ploughing up dirt and turning it over, and people are getting spring barleys in. So it's probably fitting that we do our first installment of the trial or the demo plots down in this neck of the woods. This site here went in very late, went in after maize. Which had been combined and then had a Simba culti press go over it, which would have been fine had it not rained straight afterwards. As a result, the stover soaked up all the moisture. We had about a week's worth of heavy rain, and yeah, the ground went to mush basically. Anyway, it was turned over and planted all in one day when we had a few days of dry weather. We've got 20 plots here, and we've got two strips bordering it. So all in all, it's been a pretty interesting session. I'll now switch over and show you what we've got. So basically, starting at the top here, this is the group 4s, and we've got some other varieties in here which we've managed to get our hands on. These are 3 new varieties in the corner here: Solo, Gator and Santiago, which we're just having a look at. As you can see from the seed bed, it's not what I call the greatest of seed beds. As I say, it went in, it was touch and go. We get it in where it was wet. It was very wet. We had to actually lift the drill out of the ground almost just to get them to carry it through. So you know, in an average year down here, maize after wheat, wheat after maize rather. You know, these conditions are typical, I suppose, in the West Country. You can get caught with your pants down, and it's best to know really what you're looking at, or have some idea what happens when you do get caught short. Right, so as I say, we've got these varieties here. We've got JB Diego in front of us here as well. Interesting things we've learnt. One variety in particular, Stig, is a very slow developer. It doesn't particularly like being drilled late. This is Stig, quite sparse, quite thin. It is a slow developer. I wouldn't exactly recommend you drill it in the middle of November, even in a mild year like this. But the other varieties like Avatar, yeah, Avatar's come through very nicely. Horatio's come through very nicely, and you can see here, this is what I was talking about. We've got a broken drain or an area through here, where basically we had to lift it out just to get the drill in the ground, and you can see the top corner here, it is pretty mushy and spongy and not great really, but that's what farming is like in this neck of the woods. If we come back down, we've got Alchemy. Again, slow developer, but it's looking quite pretty. The second thing we've learnt is drilling seed which has a low vigor late in the season. You might be able to get away with it drilling it early, but this is what happens when you try and drill seed which has got low vigor. It germinates alright, but if it's got low vigor, you're knackered really. This is Isterbrack, unfortunately, because it is one of the best varieties to drill after maize, and it's looking very spare and sparse, but something to learn from the future. I mean, we have got Isterbrack surrounding the field, which is all looking very, very nice, except in that wet patch down the bottom there, but any wheat which had gone in there would have drowned basically and given up the ghost anyway. So, but this has been a useful experience to learn from. Next to the Isterbrack, we've got Gravitas, which is again looking very good. Gravitas, we've got some Invicta here. We've got 2 strips of Invicta, one which is seed coated and one which is not. Again, the seed coated one is looking quite nice and thick. Coming back down here we have Claire, old stalwart, looking very good. We've got some Panorama, again 2 strips, one which is treated and one which is not. Again, it's quite obvious which one is. Not, is. And then we've got some of the new ones. This is Crusoe, which is looking very good. It's very clean. Very clean. And it's ready to go, really. It's looking pretty good. We've got Einstein, one of the older varieties here. Again, very forward looking, slightly paler, but yeah, it's all looking very pretty. We've got a new variety which, don't know how many other people might be growing this in the country, but it certainly was, it stood head and shoulders above everything else up at cereals, and that's Edgar. It's a variety that comes from Germany, from the German breeding program, and it's very tall, typically about 1 meter. And the reason I've put it in here is basically all those people who are growing thatching reed or thatching wheat, or who are growing triticale for thatching. This could be a potential substitute. It produces a very bold grain, one of the boldest grain samples we've got, somewhere around 80. It stands about 1 meter tall, it's stiff strawed, so it shouldn't go flat. So it's got a very open ear structure. It's very clean, so it doesn't get fusarium typically. It's a very interesting variety, so it'll be very interesting to see how this comes out. And then down the bottom here we've got Accept and Solstice at the very end, and then we've got a strip up the edge here of JB Diego, one strip which is New Seed and one strip which is Home Saved, just to see if there's a comparison or a difference. Not much to see from at the moment, but all in all, pretty interesting, something to learn. As I say, it's right here by the coast, so we could be expecting some damage from salt and stuff like that, but we haven't. I suppose if we've had too much rain, it's all washed off. But by and by, yeah, good results so far. And for all those of you on Twitter following the hashtag Club Hectare or Agri Club Southwest, keep in touch. You never know, if you come down this way, you're always welcome to come and have a look-see. So we'll do another one later on, probably May, June time, just before it starts to boot, to see how things have developed from there on. Cheers for now.